So we always play we play a whole set live. Typically, we're looking at 9 to 10 songs. We only recorded the 5 that we did, and arguably the other songs that aren't recorded, in my opinion, are some of them are actually better than the songs that we recorded, and they just weren't finished when we went and recorded everything. Look, we're proud of all our material. That's one argument I think we could have, is what we would put out next, because I think everybody has a favorite of what we do, and that I think that'll be the next thing to consider once we get this EP out there and get it played.
Cool. So, are you guys actually going to a studio, or are you doing this, at one of your home studios?
It's a mix, combination.
Cool.
We go into the studio for all the stuff that really, really needs to be done in the studio, and extra stuff. Like on the EP, for instance, I did some leads at home and just emailed them to the engineer, and he plugged them in, and stuff like that. And but mostly studio stuff, because we want, only because of lack, we want the right microphones and stuff like that to get a professional sound, so that when the opportunity comes for people to play our stuff, it holds people to what's out there.
Right.
Yeah, I think the goal for us at the time was to get to as close to a professional sound as possible. So with the limited budget that we had, so I ended up working some contacts of mine and ended up getting an engineer who works over in Pasadena at Firehouse Studios, one of my friends, and he did some work and used to work with Howard Benson as one of his engineers. Now he's over at Firehouse as one of the head engineers there, and we basically went in Friday nights, Saturday nights, each of us taking turns and going into the studio. It was a great space, and some of it was first-time experiences in the booth doing our thing, but I think we all had a pretty good time and learned a lot in our experiences there.
Yeah, and you put out a good product too. But going back to the beginning of the show, how long have you guys been together?
So I'd say, this is Ralph. This lineup has been together since 2012. Yeah, like the end of 2000, right before December of the end of 2011. I hooked up with you guys. Tony came in later around in 2012.
Cool.
Yeah, we had a couple of other some small lineup changes, and it was just really creativity and direction differences. But Mike and I have been stuck with each other since the beginning.
Cool. So
stuck with you.
That's funny. Do you guys do any other side projects, or is this the main focus right now?
I mean, I think it's the main focus for all of us. We all do. I mean, all of us have the capability of writing music on our own. I do projects here and there, songwriting projects and singing demos and stuff. And Darwin has his side projects, and Anthony writes music himself. And we all have our things, but this is our baby. We spent a lot of time and effort and money to get the EP out, and in doing what we do and playing out. So yeah, this is our focus. This is what we love to do and what we want to do. So I think we're all, on this ship together.
Yeah, I look at that as being a songwriter. I don't like to mix. I don't like to have 3-4 bands going, because I would never want another band going, hey, how come that band gets that song? That's a good song.
Right.
And I like to have my energies. I want everybody on the same page, focused, and we're not a cover band. We're an original band, and we're doing something that we love, hoping to do it forever, and we just like to stay focused.
So you mentioned originals and covers. No covers at all? You don't do any cover songs live, or?
No, we don't. Not at the time. We fool around with them at rehearsal, and occasionally, every once in a while, something will leak out on our Facebook page that
we don't know about.
Yeah, yeah. We do a pretty
all right.
we do a pretty mean "Get Lucky" by Pharrell.
Yeah.
I must say.
we usually jam songs that probably people wouldn't think we would jam. That's what we usually have fun with at rehearsal.
Yeah, it's all eclectic. I mean, when we have Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Cyndi Lauper, and we have some other stuff that we play with. That's why we're talking about Taylor Swift. I totally think we should do Taylor Swift, but these guys aren't convinced yet.
I'm convinced. We're good.
That's 2 out of 2. We just need one more.
That's funny. So, like, how often do you guys get together and rehearse as a band? Is it weekly or?
Yeah, it's definitely a weekly thing. Although I will say the last couple of weeks been a little crazy, I think, for everybody. But typically it's a weekly thing at a local studio here in Van Nuys, late night, usually 10 to midnight, when
or later.
The world is, or later. So yeah, that's zombie world. Yeah, we carve out the time for that.
Yeah, and we ramp it up. We have shows coming. Like we have a show coming up in November 20th here in North Hollywood at the Universal Bar and Grill, and we'll ramp up rehearsals for that because we like to. If you're going to pay to see us, we want to make sure we sound good and you got your money worth.
Right. I hear you. But I got sidetracked there for a minute. Sorry. So Darwin, what happened with Carbon? I don't want to change the subject. I know you guys want to talk about the new band, but I've been friends with you a long time. So Carbon 9 is completely done.
No, what happened with Carbon 9 is we got a record deal and stuff went good, and then all of a sudden stuff, it just started getting harder and harder. The record, stuff wasn't happening. Some of the guys just got really, down with the scene, I guess. They got tired of putting in the hard work, maybe, and getting crapped on. I mean, I'm sure anybody who's played in the band knows that how it is. I mean, every night's not diamonds. It's rough, It's, like I said, sometimes you'll play to 5 people, sometimes you'll play to 200 people, and that's just how it goes. And when Carbon 9 stopped playing out, I was going crazy. I started writing a bunch of acoustic stuff. I was like, I'll go out and I'll become a singer-songwriter guy, and I'll write a bunch of songs acoustic, and I'll go out and do that stuff. And I'm not that guy. I'm a band. I like to be around guys. I like to have a family and brotherhood and stuff like that. And back to the beginning of the interview with Ralph, I was scanning Craigslist for a band or something. I was like, I don't know what's up with Carbon 9. I don't, it's a great band. Probably they were great guys. One of the best bands I've ever been in. They still talk about doing stuff every now and then. Me and Stacey talk about getting together and writing and stuff like that. It's just life pulls at you from all different directions. And my focus is what we're doing now, and I don't want to pull from that. But I saw Ralph's ad in Craigslist, and it was a bunch of bands that I liked. It was a bunch of just great rock bands that he listed as an influence, and I was like, man, I really like that style of music. And if I meet with the guys in the night and stuff like that, and we click, it'd be worth checking out. And they gave me a couple songs to audition. One was an original, and one was actually a cover. Probably the last cover I actually learned. But
he'll never
or that you want to learn.
He played it once at the audition, and we
I made them
play it again, and he was.
I was like, you guys made me learn this cover. We're going to play it. Yeah,
he still tries to play it to this day sometimes, just to justify learning it.
That's
they made me learn it. We're going to play it. And we click, like you can hear now. We laugh and we joke, and it's a great atmosphere for a band. I'm sure everybody's had bands that are like business and not fun. Some people had great bands, and we actually have a great band. The chemistry is really good, and that's hard to. That's the one thing for anybody out there working in a band to know, that chemistry. You know, if you got chemistry, you can keep something going. And it's really hard in bands because nowadays, if you ain't signed in 4 months or 6 months, people are moving on to something else. You know, we've been at it since 2012, and for the first, I want to say the first year and a half, we just wrote. You know, we didn't play no gigs or anything. We just got together once a week in a room and wrote. Just kept writing.
Yep.
You
Ralph got a good piece of cheese, and we all ate it.
So
he's lucky we like cheese.
that's funny. That's funny. No, I could definitely see you guys, you know, have a good time together and stuff. So that's important in a band. Sometimes it's a bitch being in a band with different egos and different personalities. So at least you guys get along pretty well. It's definitely not easy.
Yeah, no, it's as you know, your bands, you've been in them. It's like being married to 4 other people. You know, it's like, and you just got to take it like that. It's give and take, and it's actually a really good band with a bunch of great guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I got very lucky with all these guys. This is Anthony, but I grew up playing at church, so to me this is kind of like my first real band experience. So I'm the newbie around here.
Are all you guys relatively the same age, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I'm the youngest, right?
Yeah, Anthony.
You're the baby.
Yeah, he's the young single one, but there's still things that we haven't told him about being in a band. We haven't shared with him yet, but we'll bring him along.
Yeah, he's got to hit puberty before we can share that stuff.
He can't get into rated R movies.
Take
him in.
Yeah, we did half the clubs we play.
Hey, I got to take Mike with me.
That's funny. That's funny. You guys are a trip. That's for sure. But so what do we got to look forward to in the future here from Last Day Rising?
We have a show. We have a show coming up November 20th at Universal Bar and Grill in North Hollywood, and probably we're looking at taking a track to radio. We're filling that out right now, so we'll probably be doing some promo and stuff on that, and eventually coming up, and sinking our teeth into that. And then probably, like Ralph said, we'll probably be battling it out over what tracks to record next, because I'm with him. We have songs that aren't. If people like our EP, they should check us out live, because we have songs that aren't on the EP that are definitely better than the songs on our EP. I will second that. I think.
I agree. Yeah, we all agree.
So is there? We were talking about more material. Is there more material that's already recorded, or is that something that's being worked on? In between live shows and stuff.
Yeah, see that would be something we'd all have to sneak in the studio, and that's going to be. Do we go in and record 2 songs and just put it out there, or do we record another 4 or 5 songs and practically get it all out there? I think that's going to be the next big debate. But right now, we're all pleased and proud of the EP we have. We absolutely want to push it as far as we possibly can, play as many shows. We're trying to get it reviewed now with a number of other music blogs and things like that. So, anyone willing to stand still long enough to listen to us, that's where we want to be.
Cool.
Yeah, and we don't, in answer to your question, we don't have, the only stuff we have recorded in the studio is our EP. We have some stuff that we tracked at my house, whether it's acoustic and stuff like that. Mostly everything I write is written on acoustic first before it comes to the band, and then we electric it and rock it out. And everything that we have now is just we record rehearsals, and we listen, and we're ironing them out and making them better. But there's a few on it that have been really good for a long time. I don't think anything's really changed on them for a long time. So